The 2000s didn't revive muscle cars. They weaponized them. This era delivered wild horsepower, violent torque, and chassis setups that punished hesitation. These machines didn't come to play. They came to intimidate. Buckle up. You're about to meet the most dangerous muscle cars ever unleashed on public roads. 12. 2003 to 2004, Ford Mustang SVT Cobra Terminator. The Terminator Cobra wasn't just fast, it was unpredictably fast, and that's what earned it a spot among the most dangerous muscle cars of the 2000s. Ford dropped a factory supercharger onto a Mustang that already had a reputation for tail-happy behavior, instantly creating a machine that could overwhelm its own chassis. The power delivery was explosive. A slightly aggressive throttle input could break traction instantly, making the rear end step out with little warning. Although it introduced an independent rear suspension, the setup suffered from severe wheel hop and abrupt oversteer when pushed hard, especially during launches or quick lane changes. The brakes and suspension upgrades helped, but they weren't fully prepared for the sudden torque loads this car produced. Inside, the Cobra was still pure old-school Mustang, raw, mechanical, and lacking modern stability systems. With a curb weight of around 3,494 pounds, the Terminator carried enough mass to make sudden weight transfer a serious threat whenever the driver pushed it hard. With minimal electronic intervention and a chassis that demanded constant attention, the Terminator rewarded confident drivers but punished anyone who misjudged it. Under the hood sat a 4.6-liter DOHC V8 with an Eaton M112 supercharger, officially rated at 390 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque, though real numbers were often higher. It hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 4.5 seconds and topped out at a governed 155 miles per hour, a limit easily bypassed with routine mods. The Terminator became famous for how effortlessly it accepted upgrades, and tuning routinely pushed power above 500 horsepower, making an already intimidating car even more unstable. One cold set of tires, one wet road, or one overly confident driver was all it took for this Mustang to show its darker side. The Terminator didn't just demand respect, it forced it. 11. 2008 to 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8. The return of the Challenger SRT8 brought back the look and attitude of classic American muscle, but it also delivered a level of danger that many drivers didn't expect. Its massive size and heavy frame gave it incredible road presence, yet made it surprisingly difficult to manage when pushed beyond straight-line cruising. The suspension struggled to control the car's weight during aggressive cornering, leading to noticeable body roll and delayed steering response. On uneven roads or tight turns, the rear end could step out faster than inexperienced drivers could react. Its brakes were strong, but they worked hard to tame such a heavy machine, especially during high-speed stops. Inside, the Challenger offered comfort and nostalgia, but it didn't come with the advanced traction management systems that later models relied on, meaning the driver was mostly on their own. Weighing roughly 4,144 pounds, the Challenger's massive body made high-speed direction changes feel delayed and dangerously unpredictable. Under the hood, the SRT8 packed a 6.1-liter Hemi V8, producing 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, launching the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4.8 seconds with a top speed of around 174 miles per hour. Its straight-line acceleration was brutal for a vehicle of its size, and that raw power often encouraged drivers to push harder than the chassis could safely handle. Cold tires, wet pavement, or sudden throttle input could quickly turn this heavyweight into a handful. Many owners learned that the SRT8's old-school muscle attitude came with old-school consequences. Massive power, limited driver aids, and a tendency to bite back when handled without care. It wasn't just a modern classic, it was a modern reminder of how dangerous big horsepower can be in the wrong moment. If these first two beasts have already grabbed your attention, smash that like button. It tells me you're ready for even wilder machines. 10. 2006 to 2007 Chevrolet Trailblazer SS Corvette V8. The Trailblazer SS was one of those wild ideas that sounded exciting on paper, but the result was a machine that could surprise, overwhelm, and intimidate even skilled drivers. Its tall stance and truck-based platform weren't designed for the kind of violent acceleration this engine delivered, and the suspension, although stiffened, still struggled to control body movement in tight corners or sudden lane changes. Braking was strong but constantly tested, especially during repeated high-speed stops where the heavy SUV could feel unstable. Inside, the cabin felt like a typical mid-2000 GM interior, functional but not performance-focused. And without modern traction systems or advanced stability control, the driver had limited help when the SS decided to get unruly. Tipping the scales at about 4,585 pounds, this SUV's sheer mass turned aggressive maneuvers into a risky gamble the chassis wasn't always ready to handle. Power came from the legendary 6-liter LS2 V8, the same heart found in the C6 Corvette, producing 395 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Despite its size, the SS could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 5.5 seconds and reach a top speed of roughly 150 miles per hour, numbers shocking for a family SUV of its era. The combination of brutal straight-line speed and truck-like handling made it one of the most unpredictable performance vehicles of the decade. A little too much throttle in a corner, a wet road, or a late steering correction could quickly turn excitement into chaos. The Trailblazer SS was proof that giving muscle car power to an SUV can be thrilling and dangerously unforgiving. 9. 2005 to 2006 Pontiac GTO. Some cars hide their danger behind loud styling, but the Pontiac GTO was the opposite. It looked calm, almost understated, yet the moment you pushed it, this quiet coupe revealed a violent personality. The GTO's clean, simple exterior often misled drivers into thinking it was a relaxed cruiser. But its chassis struggled to contain the surge of power coming from the LS engines. The brakes were strong but